Hi everyone, I'm Haley Doze. I'm a complex director for KU.
Hello, I'm Monique View and I'm an RA.
Hi there, my name is Daniel. I am an RA.
And we are currently in Downs Hall. There are a lot of values to living on campus. I think the biggest one is that you get to be connected to community as well as academic resources.
It's also very convenient when you're adjusting to classes to just live very close to your classes. You can walk or take the bus every day and it's very convenient.
What happens throughout the rest of your time in college is so huge to that overall community and experience, and I think living on campus allows you to really connect with a lot of those opportunities,
as well as live-in staff that are available to you to help you with any of those things that you might be struggling with within your first year.
What staff and support resources are available to students on campus? Well, there are plenty. If you're living in the residence hall, your first point of contact can be an RA. If you have any questions about how to enroll in classes or mental health resources or academic support, they can generally point you in the right direction as they're well versed in all of them.
We've got a few rules and logistical items in place that makes it a safe and welcoming community. Our resident assistants like myself, as well as other team members who are able to help when there's conflict, or maybe there's questions about enrolling for courses or navigating major changes.
Around campus, we have counseling and psychological services, a wonderful mental health clinic here, Wingspan for academic coaching, we have SI for supplemental instruction in your classes. All your professors generally have office hours. There are plenty of support resources available. You just gotta ask around.
Finding a roommate can be a really nerve-wracking process, but it doesn't have to be. When you're going through the roommate selection process, there's a lot of different Facebook groups, Instagram groups, different things like that students and incoming freshmen have created themselves and try to find connection points through.
We have a housing portal where you're able to put in some information about yourself, some interests, some values, and then that can also link you up to someone.
When you're going through that process, really think about what you want in a roommate, especially if you haven't ever lived with anyone before. One piece of advice I have for all students that I wish they knew before moving in with a roommate is how important communication is.
Expectations are so much different from reality. Whether this is someone you knew since you were a little kid or this is someone you met on Instagram a few months before moving in, being friends with someone is so much different from actually living with them.
Most of the time, the roommate conflicts that we see as hall staff are conflicts that roommates haven't even talked to each other about. So just by taking a moment to tell your roommate, hey, I really didn't appreciate it when you came home at midnight and turned the light on when I was sleeping, and having that conversation can help resolve all of your conflicts early on down the road. And for the ones that you can't resolve, check in with your RA or your live-in hall staff early, because that's what we're here to do, is help support you all. My biggest tip for establishing roommate communication and boundaries early on within your space is really taking time to fill out your roommate success plan with your roommates at the beginning of the year. That's something your live-in hall staff are going to give to you when you move in on that first day.
Things can get very tense if you just let things build up. Just bring it up with them as soon as it arises.
Some of those hard conversations, some of those fun conversations will definitely be important to have.
Tips I have for students navigating difficult conversations with their roommates are talking to each other within that first 24 to 48 hours that something occurs and you're frustrated about something. Give yourself a little bit of time to cool off, but then have that conversation prompt, and don't wait for weeks to have that conversation, because it will help your roommate realize quickly what is wrong, and it will also help you have another conversation about boundaries and communication with your roommate before you get too far into the semester and you have a whole list of things that you're frustrated about.
Be honest about what you are feeling, about what's going on. Instead of thinking of it as a person against a person, think about it as two people against a common problem.
Positive roommate experiences that I've seen on campus are students really connecting and like deciding that they want to live together for the next year and just becoming best friends.
Thinking back to my freshman year, I had a blast with my roommate. We were friends and still are best of friends, and so that was a fun one where we could really live life and live in the classroom together.
I think other positive experiences I've seen are maybe not becoming best friends, but they get connected through similar academic related things or clubs on campus.
We've got some rooms on my floor where not only the residents have really been able to bond, but they've been able to bond with other residents in different rooms close to them. And so they've helped to establish those important rules and values and boundaries for themselves in their own room to have fun. And then they've been able to branch out and create some new connections in the community we have here.